Knock this in, 31 pickup right here. Smart, smart. Don't think about our offense. Guard for me, all right? Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Gatorade, Under Armour, Coke Zero, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also sponsored by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey. I'm Jack Nolan, joined as always by the head coach of the Fighting Irish. Not only a 2-0 week, but a 2-0 week that included 2 wins over 2 of the legacy programs in the ACC.
Well, Jack, anytime you can beat an NC State and a Duke, Tobacco Road teams, that's the heart of the ACC. A thriller in Raleigh, and what a great atmosphere here in Purcell Pavilion with our win over Duke.
And to win those 2 games, your players had to make a lot of big plays.
Well, we were on the ropes again in the second half, down double digits. And we found some great character and heart that this team has shown for a long time now to come back and win both.
When we come back, we'll take you to Raleigh to show you all the highlights of Notre Dame's come-from-behind overtime win over North Carolina State.
This is Pete. Pete is helping his aunt move, so he's not thinking about tires right now. But if he were, all he'd need to know is TireRack.com. They post their own test results and user reviews, so he could get the right tires for his car in as little as 1 business day. But Pete's not thinking about tires. Pete's thinking it would have been nice if his aunt had mentioned the Minor Bird. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
The Super Bowl. It's one game for all the glory. And Xfinity from Comcast is giving you a seat at every one ever played. Xfinity brings you 30-minute recaps of every Super Bowl on demand. Plus, over 100 hours of coverage the week of Super Bowl 49 on NFL Network. Get NFL Network when you sign up for an Xfinity X1 Triple Play for $89 a month for a year. And add the Sports Entertainment Package for $4.99 more a month for a year. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online today.
Sweat. It says I was here. I worked here. It says I only have so much to give before I have to take. What I lose, I want to get back. Sweat says I earned this. Gatorade, created to help replace what you sweat out.
North Carolina State's home court, 19,500-seat PNC Arena, is one of the best-kept secrets in college basketball. What an atmosphere. What a tough place to play.
You know, my memories of Reynolds Coliseum, that they were underrated as a home. It was always a great home court for NC State. Their fans have always been great. First time in PNC, and they have translated it with just more numbers over there. Great home court atmosphere, students right behind you. They go to work on us in the post early, and they are pounding us inside early in the game. They also defended us pretty well. Bonzi comes in again and gives us some scoring in the post. That's the one thing he's been able to do for us. Great defense there by Demetrius. He's blocked some jump shots lately. Trying to find an offensive rhythm in the first half. We struggled doing it, but we do have a pretty good play right there. Jaron sees Zach on a roll, but here's State around the bucket. This guy, I think, had like 3 dunks in such a short period of time. I think I used a couple timeouts to try and stem the tide. How about this defensive play? Makes the play, saves the ball, back in bounds. Zach finds him, and he goes the length of the floor. You know, that's a National Player of the Year candidate, Jack. Let's just stop kidding around. The guy's having one of those just special years. Great find by Jaron, one of our shooters. Zach was great on the offensive board. This was a huge bucket, because it gave us a little momentum going in at half and feeling like we had a chance. And the first possession of the second half, we do this. We bang down a 3-point shot, and you think, okay, we're in our offensive rhythm. We're finding ourselves here a little bit. Connaughton bangs one down. So if we can just hold our own on the defensive end, we're going to score now. because we're in our second half offensive rhythm. Big time play, NBA lottery pick kind of play. Pull up in transition, knock it down. Great find right there. Demetrius' percentage as a corner three-point shooter, it's got to be 60%. Knocking down open looks. Good defense right there. Get a big rebound. Again, when we rebound, we can get some early offense. Zach running the floor, and D pulls up and knocks one down. He had a spurt that really made us believe offensively there for a while. Excellent defense by Steve Astoria. Zach with another big rebound. We're out and running again. Early offense. What a catch. What a pass, what a catch, what a finish right there. Easy bucket. Demetrius now off a ball screen. Great read to VJ. V knocks it down. He gave us great stuff off the bench after a tough night in Blacksburg. Early probe right there by Jaron. Big time left hand scoring the ball. We're in our rhythm. Here we come. Big time three-point shot by Jaron behind the ball screen. How about the movement here? Inside, looking to cut it to two. Strong move by our point guard, posting up a 6'8" guy to finish. And then the end of the game, Jaron gets a pretty good look. How about Pat's nose for the ball? A lot of guys looking at him, and VJ beats him to the rescue for a big-time tip-in to put us to overtime. And, Jack, we always say,
we love overtime.
Oh, we love overtime, and I always say to them, overtime is our time. How about that ball movement? Out, extra pass. Pat hits one right there. Another good. This is a big drive by D. This is something he's added to his game, that he can put it on the floor and not just be a jump shooter. This is also Vastoria's drive. Shot, fake, and go. They goaltend. We're in our rhythm. And how about this defensive play at the end to block that shot? Jaron just played great defense right there to finish the game. And what a great win when it didn't look good. I'm so proud of the character of our group to find a way to steal a win on the road.
The stats show something you just saw, a Notre Dame team that out-rebounded NC State by 9. And while the Wolfpack shot the ball better overall in the contest, in the second half and the overtime period, Notre Dame shot 48% from the floor while holding NC State to just 35% shooting after the Pack shot 62% in the first half. Your team just seems to play defense better and better as games go along.
There's no question. And I think when you look at us the last 7 or 8 minutes of games, these close games we've been in, our defense has been fabulous. They really lock in at a key time.
In their 2 home games before facing the Irish, NC State defeated Duke by 12 and lost to Carolina by just 2. So coming from 18 down to beat the Pack at home is quite an accomplishment. As we go to break, we take you inside the Notre Dame locker room following the big win at NC State.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Come on, Skip! Come on, Skip! That's big time, baby. Big time. What a great win. What a great win. What great poise. Love our toughness. It's about the Road Dogs heading back to South Bend, 4-0 in this game. Yes, sir. We're going to get out of here quick and go back and get a little rest, and we're going to keep this show rolling on Wednesday night. All right? Yes, sir.
BJ,
way to go, boys.
I love you, baby.
Love you too, bro.
I love you, man.
Bring in your Verizon or AT&T bill, turn in your old phone, and we'll cut your rate plan in half. Visit us online or visit a Sprint store today.
This is Kenny. Kenny is a dentist, but he races autocross on the weekends. But he's not thinking about his tires right now. Kenny buys all his tires from TireRack.com. Using their exclusive test track reviews, he knows he's always getting the right tires for his car. But Kenny's not thinking about tires right now. Kenny's thinking, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is awesome. TireRack.com, proud sponsor of the Tire Rack SCCA National Solo Program.
Fourth-ranked Duke came to town on Wednesday night. They were greeted with an electric atmosphere in Purcell Pavilion and a Notre Dame team that got off to a good start on both ends of the floor. One of the best atmospheres we've had in that building in my 15 years. And when I talk to some of the old-timers, maybe ever, but the game lived up to the hype. There was a lot of pregame hype. Our students were ready to go. And old number 22 gets out of the gate with a drive and a kick to his senior teammate there, Pat Connaughton. We get an easy bucket. Okafor is a hard one to handle. We had a couple different bodies on him, but he is really hard to guard in the post. Run a little set here, and they get confused, and we get an easy bucket with Zach on a drive from the high post. Kick it back here. We did have some turnovers, Jack, in the first half that led to some, easy buckets, but here we kind of redeem ourselves, and we come back and not pay for that turnover. Get it right back. Bonzie Colson was huge off the bench when Zach got in foul trouble, knocking down some shots and playing post defense on Okafor. Grant here at the end, little step back, his patented move, knocks down a big-time jump shot. Nobody more confident in the country than Jaren Grant. I mean, this is just a heck of a play. I mean, Bonzie's in pretty good position. Okafor is one skilled and talented young man. Again, off the ball screen, Bonzie, instead of rolling for layups, can roll to that 15-foot area for a short jump shot. Jaren finds him. We help in the post, we get a deflection, and we're kind of off in transition here. How about this one? Are you kidding me? You are feeling good when you let that one go. But he does have deep range, and the one thing about Jaren Grant, he loves the moment. How about the footwork here? The one thing we loved about Bonzie Colson in high school, he could score around the bucket. He had a knack for scoring the ball. Good read here, and Pat with a big-time jump shot. His buddy sees him right there and knocks it in. Quinn Cook, a heck of a senior guard on a drive there. Two offensive teams going at it. How about that one? Drive, probe. I think Jaren's finishing around the bucket the best he's ever finished in his career. Early offense here. We see Pat as a trailer, and now in the second half, I always tell him we love playing offense on that bucket on that end. We're always better offensively. I've never seen a 7-foot guy pump fake a 6'5" guy, but that's an unbelievable fall, and he comes right back from it after 2 minutes, and thank God he comes back. We give up an offensive rebounder, and you pay, and now you're down 10. You're down 10 and you're searching, but Jack, it's not unfamiliar territory. Great drive by D right there, under control, getting into the lane and getting an easy bucket. Ball screening for Jaren Grant. Let's let him read things. Big-time bucket right there. Goes right at the big fella's chest, scores the basketball right there. Another drive, and a find to Zach August. Jay knocks it out. How about this movement right here? We keep moving that ball. Demetrius now Jaren probes again and finds D in the corner. Like I said earlier in the show, D's shooting 60% from the corner on the three-point line. Good defense there, and old number 24 is back in the game getting key rebounds, and we get an easy bucket as we're coming back, and that takes some pressure off you. Demetrius in transition. Ball screen, we kick to Zach. Nice move by him there. That's a big-time bucket right there. Nice left-hand probe. Cut off of a post feed. Jaren Grant has gotten so much better moving without the ball. We get that cut off the post feed. Low post again. We are battling here. We're scratching and clawing, but he is one hard guy to handle. I thought overall we did a good job on him, though. What a drive right there against a big body off the ball screen by Jaren. Here it is. Heck of a play. We're working it down. For him to lose it, come up with it, and make this play. When it's your night, Jack, it's your night. But you know what? That's athletic ability. How about this feel right here? Great cut by Demetrius to clear the side. Steve steps up. He hadn't made one all night. He knocks down the big one. And again, Jaren Grant blocks a shot in Raleigh, North Carolina, and he blocks the shot here to save the win. What a great win. Another one for our group that continues to refuse to lose. The final stats show an outstanding shooting performance by a Notre Dame team that also earned a 10-5 advantage in bench scoring and a 13-9 edge in second chance points despite being out-rebounded. A true team victory led by double-double performances from your senior leaders, Pat Connaughton and Jaren Grant. Connaughton scored 12 points with 13 rebounds, and Grant led all scorers with 23 points, a career-high 12 assists, and 6 rebounds. And as far as the national media and the national college basketball world is concerned, that might have been his coming-out party. No question. I think Jaren Grant is firmly
put himself in the race for National Player of the Year and ACC Player of the Year, and rightfully so. He is stirring the drink for us, but the Duke game was a night for our seniors to set the tone, and man, did they do it.
When we come back, we'll hear what the Irish players had to say about the big win over Duke. But before the players met the media, they heard some praise in the locker room from their head coach.
You damn guys are good. You guys are really good. Like we've done in these close ones, we defended to escape. Yeah, we made big shots. We've been making big shots. We do that. And we moved them and we got great stuff, but we defended to win it. Congratulations. We're halfway through the league. 8-1 and halfway through the league.
Even though the Irish were the underdogs going into the Duke game, every player on the team and every coach on the staff expected to beat the Blue Devils. But even with that expectation, the Irish had a firm grasp on the magnitude of their victory after the game.
Just a big step for our program to go out and play a great team like that and win a game, defend our home court. And so we're just really excited to go forward.
It's probably a bigger win than usual, but I mean, at the same time, you know, every game is big for us. You know, I think we're just allowed to take a deep breath and you're like, okay, we got this in our pocket. Let's move forward and try to get some more.
Everybody plays with confidence. You know, no matter what's happening throughout the game, you know, we're all talking to each other. Nobody's like, man, why are you missing shots? It's always like, shoot the next one, shoot the next one. So, you know, we're playing with a lot of confidence and we feel we can play with any team.
To have the hype around this game, but then to take care of business like we knew we could, and to show everyone else that we can do things like of this nature and we can beat any team on any given night. It's relieving. It's relieving and I think it builds confidence for the guys in the locker room, whereas we say it, but to actually do it is another thing.
With very few exceptions, being competitive every night has been the hallmark of your program, and it's fair to say that this year it's not hyperbole to say that this team can beat anybody on a given night.
Absolutely. I mean, they really believe, Jack, this confidence started being built with our Italian foreign tour. That was really so important to us. But now the close games we've won, we've come back, you know, they just always feel they're going to find a way, and that is a great psyche to have in the midst of ACC play.
There were so many plays to pick from for this week's ATI Physical Therapy Play of the Week, but we had to go back to Steve Astoria's 3 off a great pass from Jaron Grant that all but wrapped up the victory over Duke.
Demetrius Jackson holding it to the right of the Shamrock. Back to Grant. 10 seconds. 9 now. Notre Dame by 1. 8 on the shot clock. 7. Grant spins at the top of the key. Backs into the lane. Throws it in the corner. Astoria for 3. Got it! Notre Dame leads by 4.
Before earning enough cash back from Bank of America to help pay for her kids' ice time. Before earning 1% cash back everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before she got 3% back on gas, all with no hoops to jump through. Katie used her Bank Americard Cash Rewards credit card to stay warm and toasty during the heat of competition. That's the comfort of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
Gunderman Group.
Gunderman Group is growing.
Getting in a groove.
Growth is gratifying.
Goal is to grow.
Gotta get greater growth.
I just talked to UPS. They've got expert advice, special discounts, new technologies, like smart pickups. They'll only show up when you print a label, and it's automatic. We save time and money.
Time?
Money?
Time and money.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome. I love logistics.
It's time now for this week's Ask Coach Brey question presented by CBTS. This week's question comes from Debbie Christ of Bluefield, Virginia. Coach, I know you have to return to campus right after most night games so the players do not miss class. Do you rely on commercial flights or is there a charter flight for the team?
Now, we've instituted chartering a couple years ago, and that's really helped. We charter there. All our game travel is charter. Sunday night in Raleigh, we're back in the locker room by midnight, and the guys are in class on Monday.
And that's important. I know on your radio show this week you actually had trouble finding a player to come on out because they all had so much classwork to do.
Yeah, we had a lot of guys in study hall Thursday night, there's no question, but the chartering has really helped. It's something that we did, I'd say about 7 or 8 years ago we instituted that, but it's important to get our guys back so they can be in class.
You have already seen how calm Steve Astoria is under pressure on the basketball court, so you know he will have no problems handling my questions on this week's Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break. Favorite all-time movie?
Wedding Crashers.
First car you ever drove?
Honda Pilot.
Get up early or sleep in?
Sleep in.
Favorite musical group or artist?
Toby Keith.
Who is your role model?
My brother.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you?
I usually have pretty long hair.
Favorite NBA player?
Allen Iverson.
Favorite thing to do when relaxing?
Go to the beach.
Favorite part of practice?
Free throws.
Worst part of practice?
Running.
Best part of your game?
Shooting.
Which is better, knocking down a long three or sending home a spectacular dunk?
Sending home a nice dunk.
Favorite part of your trip to Italy?
Lake Como.
Under Armour gear?
Great.
Player on the team most like you?
Austin Burgett.
Best dresser on the team?
Me.
Worst dresser on the team?
Pat Connaughton.
Best defender on the team?
Demetrius Jackson.
Who wins a three-point shooting contest, you or Coach Brey?
Definitely me.
He gave Demetrius Jackson best defender, but most people don't know he's the guy you put on the best perimeter scorer on the other team every game.
Such a reliable guy on both ends of the floor. Feel for the game of someone more, you would think he's a senior. Position defender, easy to play with on offense. He's in the midst of a great career here at Notre Dame.
The Irish are 4-0 on the road in conference play for the first time. They get a shot at road victory number 5 Saturday at Pitt. We'll talk about that game when we come back.
What's so different about shopping at Meijer? Well, there's 80 years of family commitment to better, fresher foods, an amazing selection of products and brands, knowing that shopping for your family costs less at Meijer, and a whole different kind of experience that generations of shoppers will swear begins the moment you step inside the door. Come see for yourself.
Financial institution is behind many of the milestones in your life. Pick one that sees you as more than just an account number. Own your dreams. Join a credit union today.
What we did Sunday night, overtime game, exhausting comeback, and this one, you would have every reason to not be very ready to go at Pittsburgh. Now, I talked about showing signs of being special. You win at Pittsburgh on Saturday, and then we can dream the ultimate big dreams, all right? So I want you thinking about that and talking about that, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. We got a recovery day. We knew our routine. The Road Dogs ride again on Friday.
Pittsburgh is a huge challenge. I know a lot of people are assuming you'll go in there and win. They're coming off a loss that disappointed them at Virginia Tech. They got a lot of young talent.
Young talent, and it's a proud program that expects to win at home, and we have had great games. It's really been a rivalry carried over now into the ACC. We will be in a dogfight, and if we're fortunate enough to win it, it will be a great win for us.
Then you're back home. Notre Dame, BC, always a rivalry. I know you have a challenge for the fans next Wednesday.
Well, you know, I told our fans, I said, you know, I think we've delivered on our end, and you were awesome during the Duke atmosphere. We only have 4 home games left. We need it like the Duke atmosphere the rest of the way, and you know, Jack, we deserve it.
I agree with you 100%. That will do it for this week's show. Our crack staff will, of course, have all the highlights of the Pittsburgh and Boston College games for you on next week's show. Until then, for Coach Brey, I'm Jack Nolan. Thanks so much for tuning in, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey has been presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Gatorade, Under Armour, Coke Zero, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also sponsored by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meijer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.